So we were talking. I was showing you my ignorance about Aboriginal Day, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this, like, you can barely see you guys. Don't worry. Like, the
okay.
light in the car really sucks. So, yeah. And then I asked you what your idea was for Canada's 150th.
I think that we should, like, celebrate and, like, promote more, like, anti-colonialist ideas and, like, kind of promote the idea around the country that we are, like, settlers on this land and that we maybe need to go back to supporting Aboriginal people through anti-capitalist, like, celebrations.
But do you have any Aboriginal blood in you?
No.
So why do you think you think that? Like,
well, I grew up in the Northwest Territories, and I grew up, like, as a white northerner, and I think just even, like, recognizing, a lot of people have this idea that, like, in northern Canada, like, racism doesn't exist, and that's not really true. Like, growing up and people thinking it's weird that I have, like, Native friends, or people thinking it's weird that, like, I spend time with like, Aboriginal people, like, I think that had always really upset me, and so it got me learning more about anti-oppression and, like, anti-racism, and I went through the social work program at the local northern college, and we just talked a lot about colonialism and, like, the way that colonialism is, like, so prevalent, especially in the north, even though you have, like, this huge Aboriginal community.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah. And okay. And that's cool.
The same way.
Yeah. But okay. You feel the same way?
Yeah, I guess, like, I don't know, it's really hard not to when you really examine it, right? It's pretty blatant how I can't English. I don't know. I always get really.
It's okay.
Like, recording
and don't worry about the camera.
Like, it's like if you actually pay attention to the way that Aboriginal people are treated in Canada, like, if you're not mad, you're not paying attention.
Well, yeah, and I never understood, and I always was never satisfied with a lot of excuses that people gave to sort of justify their racism and stuff like that, and just in examining it, I always noticed that the root was what occurred here in Canada when white people basically came around. I
think too that it's like what people don't realize is like I have a friend who tells a story about she was in a education program and they were talking about, like, how to support Aboriginal students, and one of her classmates was like, I don't know why they don't just get over that, like, that happened like 100 years ago. And my friend was like, no, like, the last one closed like less than 20 years ago. And I think that people just have this, like, ignorance about Aboriginal history.
Yeah.
And so I think that maybe to celebrate Canada's 150th birthday, if we, like, incorporate, like, better education and, like, Aboriginal driven programs, that are, like, taught, that where you learn Aboriginal history through Aboriginal people.
Cool.
Something
Okay.
Like
I'm totally random. I have never met you before.
This
right?
is Peyton. Peyton is Aboriginal. Does that help with?
Well, no.
I'm the only one here. What are you talking about?
You know what they told me? I'm visiting here.
They told you everything that you know.
Well, they were like, I'm visiting from. I live in BC. I'm originally from Toronto. I'm a poet. I got hired by the CBC and Via Rail to go around Canada blogging about what Canada should do for its 150th birthday. And these two ladies, first they were going to help me out because I can't get any food here because it's closed for the evening.
It's not closed for the evening. It's open, isn't it?
But it says
That's
reserved.
Okay. We'll take her
it says
better.
reserved for the evening.
Oh.
So yeah.
And I work here. Don't you hear shit?
Okay. I told them how long I was going to be here. They were like, "Oh, are you going to be here for the 21st?" They said it's Aboriginal Day.
Yeah.
And but you guys actually have time off.
We celebrate it as a holiday.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. I was just what?
I can't remember a single Aboriginal day. I haven't had the day off school. I didn't have the day off work. You know, I've never.
Or if we did have school, or like the day before that we had off, like the school would do something, or like we'd all like fry bannock or something.
Yeah,
is it always on the 21st, or is it?
Yeah.
It's not just on the Friday. It's not. It doesn't like a movable thing.
No,
it's the
but
solstice,
but if it's
right?
on the Saturday, you'd get the Friday off.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
It's like Canada Day or whatever. You'd have a day off.
That would be sweet. I would like that if Aboriginal Day were a holiday.
Elsewhere in Canada.
Elsewhere in Canada, is this the only place where it is, or in Nunavut as well?
Nunavut as well.
What about Yukon?
I couldn't. I thought when I was a kid, I thought that everyone celebrated
Yeah.
Aboriginal Day.
For me, I didn't know that nobody. I didn't. This is news to me that elsewhere in Canada they
Really?
don't celebrate Aboriginal Day. Like, that's weird for me. How can you not
I think
celebrate
that-
Aboriginal Day?
I think that the reason that they don't have it in the if they don't have it in the Yukon, it would just be because Nunavut split up. Or Nunavut and
going?
Nunavut. I'm
Yeah.
good. How are you?
Good. Nice.
Ideas and like celebrations.
I was gonna say why
And, like,
capitalist ideas.
Well, also
I-
anti-capitalist.
capitalism-
Also anti-capitalist. Capitalism and colonialism go hand in hand, really. So they both. I think that we should not both tear both of them down because you probably can't write about that. You probably can write about anti-capitalism, but anti-colonialism.
Don't write about
definitely.
anti-capitalism, you'll lose your job.
Yeah, you know, your job relies on capitalism.
Well, you know, it
so-
is the CBC.
Yeah. Didn't Harper just like buy it?
Yeah.
So you should